Hi, friends and fellow intuitive academics. My name is Shelly, and I'm an educator healer. And on this channel, I draw from my intuition and my lived experience as a PhD to offer you guidance on your life path and your academic journey if you're on one. And at the time that I'm filming this recording, we are in a full moon in Capricorn. And it's kind of a special one this year because the previous full moon was also in Capricorn, so that's pretty rare. And Capricorn definitely speaks to material world success, working hard, leadership abilities. And we're also entering the Leo season of the year as well. This would be going into the first day of the Leo time period. So I think the two combined, Capricorn and Leo, is a rare and interesting opportunity to get guidance from the universe on your leadership style and maybe next steps for cultivating that or opportunities for where you can take that leadership style next. So that's going to be the theme of our reading. I've already shuffled these cards, but I'm going to pull out 4 different significator cards to start from. So here's number 4, and I saw 1, 2, 3 coming out here too. Oh, this one just popped out. I think I'm gonna have to say I have to do 5. Oh no. Okay, well that'll be good. 5 different piles for you to choose from. And so I am already feeling that there might be some situations where you're drawn to more than one pile. It could be like 2. These will speak to different aspects of your leadership style, and maybe your leadership style depending on different environments you're in or circumstances. So if you're drawn to more than one, that would be the reason behind it. So our first pile has the Wheel of Fortune, number 10. Our second pile has Temperance in reverse, number 14. Our third pile has 8 of Swords in reverse. Sorry, third reading. Our fourth reading has 7 of Wands in reverse. And our fifth has Prince of Cups in reverse. So we actually have 5 crystals here that I had already in the reading. I feel like I want to distribute them in order to help you kind of navigate. So reading 1 will have this black crystal here. Reading 2 will have this, it's blue chalcedony crystal. Reading 3 will have this sodalite crystal in the shape of a turtle. Reading 4 will have this black thumbstone. It looks like it could be obsidian, but I'm not totally sure. And then reading 5 will have this, I think it's called angelite, something like that, palm stone. So hopefully that helps you gain some direction. Yeah, because there's so many cards, actually I do want to pull out a charm for each just to give a little bit more help. If you already know which reading you're in, you can go ahead and jump to those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the timestamps of the description. But if you want to stay on for the charms, the reading 1 has this little white flower. Reading 2 has a pink butterfly. Reading 3 has a blue 4-leaf clover. Reading 4 has these mermaid fins, kind of pearly white. And reading 5 has a starfish, also that same kind of pearly white. Okay, I'll leave the camera on for a few seconds so you can meditate. Pause the video if you need some more time to get clarity, and I'll see you in your reading ahead. Hi, reading 1. So you're drawn to the Wheel of Fortune card, which is beautiful. It has all of these constellations, all of these zodiac signs, and these symbols, like the open eye awakening symbols all around. It's very kind of detailed and ornate and intricate. And you have the eagle above and the snake below. So I'm already getting the message for your leadership style that you have an expansive vision. You can see on multiple planes sort of what needs to be done to be able to guide people ahead, but also the details of what's happening below, metaphorically speaking, to see kind of what needs to be navigated on the ground as well. So you have vision coming in for sure as your leadership style, but we'll get more information for you on how that plays out. You have this little white flower. I don't know what kind of flower this is, but it makes me think of you being able to bring in fresh ideas and also be very gentle with delicate personalities or delicate ideas. Yeah, I'm not sure how to explain that in more detail. Let me think. It's like, it could be something like sensitive topics. You know how to handle those in a very delicate way so that you're kind of mitigating situations or mediating situations that can be very raw for some people, and it's helping people feel included as well. So you have an eye on like even the smallest flowers in the garden and how they can be supported to be fully a part of the garden. And I love that this circular stone, it kind of has like a tiger's eye iridescence happening, but it also is like a black stone, and I never found out what kind of stone this was, but it's pretty kind of transfixing and to look at. But it's like a wheel. It's the perfect circle, like the Wheel of Fortune. I'm feeling something from this stone. It's kind of like it's a little bit like I said here. You have vision, right? And you have like the eagle's eye view and the snake on the ground below that view as well. This one is kind of like gazing into a crystal ball. You have clairvoyant vision that's integrated into your leadership style as well. So that's powerful stuff. You can see a lot of what's happening and the mechanics of how everything works together. You give value to for example, all 12 signs. You see how they're all pieced together, and you're not favoring one or the other. You value the wheel as a whole. And so that's clearly coming in as your leadership style. But let's get a few tarot cards in here and some oracle cards for more direction, possibly on more detail on your leadership style and where you can bring that next in your life or your career how that's playing out for you. Okay. So you have the Three of Swords. There's some healing that you're able to do here. The Hermit, another clairvoyant imagery here. This would be maybe more claircognizance. So just kind of knowing what to do. And the Queen of Swords in reverse. So I get the Queen of Swords in reverse as like a milder version of the Queen of Swords energy. Like you have Queen of Swords acuity, like you're able to cut to the heart of a matter and kind of in, the most kind of unbiased way that we can think of, be able to see a problem for its parts and see how the parts can fit together to create a solution. You have an eagle here again coming through. So this card energy is very much associated with that eagle eye leadership view. You're looking off far ahead in the distance of what the possibility is of a situation, and you can see farther than most people around you, and that is why you're often put into these leadership positions, because you're like the compass. You know where to go and you know how to get there for people. With the Queen of Swords in reverse, I feel this more as like a softening of the Queen of Swords, which is usually associated with like truth-telling, rationality. There's something that you bring in here, kind of like you might bring in the Queen of Cups energy, and be able to deliver some kind of harsh truth in a loving and supportive way that people don't go kind of like running from it, like on a first reaction. Because with the Three of Swords, there is something very raw that you're able to see into the heart of. This is included in your vision. And so you're often speaking to people's wounds in the spirit of healing them. But those truths are the ones that can hurt, that can cut the deepest. And that's why the Queen of Swords is in reverse, is because it's a very positive thing that when you have these abilities to see straight to the truth of a matter, but you know how to soften the delivery so that it can land on people in the right way that doesn't injure them more. And then with the Hermit energy here, you also have an ability to sit still and ponder on a situation until the answer arrives at you. So you're not the type of person to act too quickly. You are the kind of person who wants to observe, take in notes, assess the situation before you make your move. Yeah, this is definitely speaking to your leadership style in more detail, and also kind of pointing you to where your leadership style is best applied. And it looks like in situations where there are sensitive issues, sensitive topics that need to be dealt with truth, but with great tenderness and care as well, and with great patience. So that's coming in for the first line. So one of these cards actually flipped off when Milka stepped over it, and I actually was thinking of asking for direction on where your leadership can be applied. So I'm going to take this card to answer that question. Ooh, it's the Ace of Pentacles. The first answer I get for this is that you can apply this in any direction that you want to go. The choice is yours. The possibilities are open. And this can be used to create something new. Because you have the vision, you would be able to be the leader to come in and build something from the ground up and help lead people in directing them how to shape and build that thing. I also feel the message of you kind of starting small and doing this as like projects, smaller projects, and then you build up into like bigger projects. Then you build those into like networks of projects, and to the point where maybe you build some kind of business or some kind of foundation. I see you kind of like being able to grow these and develop your leadership style, your leadership abilities. I mean, you already have the style, but building your leadership abilities step by step in that way. So if you see an opportunity around you now that sounds like that, like a way to start on your leadership, using your leadership skills in a smaller scale that would give you skills to build upon, this would be a message for you to take that, so that you can get used to flexing these leadership muscles and see what it's like to have a vision, what it's like to help guide people collectively toward that vision, and then what it feels like when you've accomplished it in the end. So I'm going to pull out a oracle card. You got 3 that jumped right out. So the first is seed planter intention. I love this. This is just like the Ace of Pentacles, planting a seed with intention. This is truly a valuable skill you have as a leader. And then you have wolf protection, number 28, landing with our wolf-like dog here. And last, love, 22, strawberry. Yeah, this is giving clarity to the message that's come through. Again, it feels like more expansive energies. These are kind of like the more expansive energies that are guiding what you do on the ground. You're planting seeds and you're protecting people in some way, and you're able to do this because you work with great tenderness and care and love, which was already coming through in the flower and also in the 3 of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Yeah, I'm getting this energy of being very inspirational and possibly like going around and doing talks at some point in your life, inspiring people to take up their work with a certain type of intention. Yeah, I feel like you get to a point in your career where you've practiced this enough, and then there's a point where you start spreading knowledge on how to be a leader and plant seeds with intention, love, and protection for people. I think that you hit a point later on in life where you have maybe a spiritual awakening, if not first, then another spiritual awakening, where you realize that you have some kind of unique blueprints to get out into the world to, based on your own experiences, help people see how they can take up this leadership style that you've cultivated. It's like you have this unique leadership style, right? But then eventually you teach people how to adopt that unique leadership style as well. I feel like most people watching are not yet in that stage, but if you are, that would be your confirmation. If you're thinking that you have all of this um, experience to share, for sure you're being encouraged to share that with the next generations who will take up similar leadership roles and work as you have done. So you're getting here strength and fun time. I love this. Uh, I kind of feel like part of your leadership style entails like incorporating social bonding things, and those can be really effective. So like you might plan like some kind of games event or for the team that you're leading, and it's all like team building stuff. Oh, I think that's why strength with fun time, that you are strengthening the team by having fun, which I feel like you're good at, and you just being fun and knowing how to have fun strengthens the bonds. I feel like this is coming in as advice for a situation you're in right now. If you're in a situation where you need to raise morale with the team, this would be your advice to strengthen the bonds through having fun together, however that looks. It can be small, or it can be like something that you do regularly. It just needs to be something to build those social bonds. I'm gonna get one more card. It's like a more of a soul path kind of card. So you have here, breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. It's funny that this is a leadership reading, and you have the word management come in here, but it says micromanaging. I actually want to read you the description of this, or parts of it, to see what helps. When we rely only on our own will, we're micromanaging the universe and resisting the natural flow of life. We're not trusting the mysterious breath of life. We're rejecting the great cosmic intelligence and relying instead on our personal strength. When we do this, we find ourselves attempting to bend things to our will. We spend our time forcing, pushing, and living from a space of trying to. Everyone around us can feel it, and the universe can too. You're being called to stop micromanaging the universe and trust the breath of life, to surrender to the greater will that God has for you, to move from my will to thy will. When you surrender to the greater will of life, you begin dancing with the rest of life. When you bow to the great mystery and say, please use me, please show me the way, little by little, find yourself living in your most fulfilling, authentic life. When you surrender your personal will, when you relinquish control and release the way you think things should be and surrender to the greater will, you find yourself being led. You begin breathing the breath of life. Interesting. So I was thinking the whole time about the eagles coming in strong in your reading, and the incredible abilities you have to be able to see ahead. And so this is coming in as a recommendation to balance that with I guess not relying on it too much, not navigating yourself too much by that vision, because there's also the element of wind when you're up there in the air as well, and you have to learn to kind of ride that breeze, flow with the wind, in partnership with your vision. So that's coming in as your last piece of advice for how to develop your leadership style further. Yeah, and that's your complete message. And I'm wishing you so much love on that journey and hoping you continue to work with love as well. Thank you for any like, share, subscribes you can offer. Thanks always for sharing your energy on this channel for me to read. And if you're drawn to another card in the pick a card section, I'll see you in that reading. If not, I'll see you next time. Hi, reading two. So, what is your leadership style? You were drawn to the Temperance card in reverse. Let me show it to you upright. So, you have an angel in maintaining balance, one foot in the water, symbolizing spirituality and intuition, the flow of the universe, one foot on earth, symbolizing literally being on earth and grounding one's sense. Yeah, grounding is coming in as a keyword. So I'm going to already use that as grounding being a key signature of your leadership style. Also being able to go back and forth in communication and balancing people's ideas. Do you see like there's like a vision here? So being able to envision something and manifest it and build it on the ground. Bring something from idea into physical reality. Something about the alignment with the sun here too. The angel being aligned with the light, being aligned with the sun. Path alignment is really important to your leadership as much as grounding. Grounding and path alignment for yourself and for others. But with it in reverse, there's something interesting here with, you see the direction of the angel ready to take flight, going upwards, symbolically towards, greater heights, greater knowledge, greater love. But you have a unique ability as well in your leadership style. You can do that. You can go to greater heights, go above, but you can also go below and lead from below is what I'm hearing. That's such an interesting idea. But I think you're able to safely cross into people's shadows, society's shadows, and get in there on the ground things, anchor in the light, and like lead from that place, from within the shadows as well, in a very safe way. Whoa, that is not where I expected things to go, but that's so cool. So with the pink butterfly, I read this butterflies as transformation and pink as like love and softness and care. So you're bringing loving transformation to the world in the way that you are a leader. And the blue chalcedony is actually a stone of gathering in community harmony and working together. So I think you can put the picture together yourself that your leadership style is very much about trying to bring forth the best outcomes for the collective, even the people that some might abandon and leave in their shadows. You're willing to go into the shadows and connect them to everyone else as well, however you're seeing that shadow play out in your life. And so you're balancing between different worlds in many senses, and this can be like multiple senses. You can go between different worlds and start to weave them together in a very harmonious way. So your leadership style, we already said, is grounding and I already forgot the second one. Grounding. And then I'm going to skip that one, but we also see loving transformation and community harmony coming in as well. Yeah, so let's get some tarot cards next to get more detail on your message. So what can our reading two know about their leadership style and how to embrace that, develop it, use it going ahead? Oh, these are slippery. On their path and to help others on their path as well. Seems like that's coming through for our reading number 2. Huh? You want to help me? One more shuffle. Okay, so let's get your message here. So you're starting with another balance card, 2 of Pentacles in reverse. The 10 of Pentacles in reverse. And the Queen of Wands. So the Temperance card is a Sagittarian card, which is a fire sign. And so you may be a Sagittarian, or you have strong like Sagittarian placements in your chart. This is really calling on you to embrace that Sagittarian truth-seeking kind of energy in your leadership style. That's kind of what's anchoring all this together. If you're not a Sagittarian or a fire sign, then it's just calling you to embrace those qualities of inspirational leadership, leading by inspiring, leading by example is coming through as well, leading with joy and love. Those are your advices coming through for how to lead. I'm getting the sense here of these are things that you can let go of. So don't define yourself by financial, material success or material quantity is what I'm feeling. Don't measure yourself by this. It doesn't apply to your situation. That's not what you're here to do. Don't measure yourself by, how would you say it, being the most structured person in the office, you know? You're not that either, but that doesn't matter because those people are structured. They're able to do their jobs in that structured way for a reason. You're unstructured so that you can do your leadership job in your own way for your own reasons. So that's coming in as your advice for how to take that leadership going forward in the next step. I'm going to get some oracle cards. I'm not too confused. Okay. So you have 11 roots, reconnection. I read this, look, it's another grounding card. I read this as grounding and reconnecting into your community specifically. It could land as family for some people, but more broadly, I'm feeling like your sense of community. It could be an identity community. It could be a physical location of community. This is where you're needed. You're needed to help anchor these roots, help reconnect people, like I was saying before, who might be in the shadows. Help create a line for them to come into the above ground, the light, and help people above ground understand those who are in the shadows. Bridge those connections through rooting actions. So this card is deep cellular healing, Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. You're definitely a healer. You're definitely a light worker and a healer. You can count on those kind of framings as for your leadership style as well. Deep cellular healing, it's making me think of healing the roots, healing the roots by reconnecting them. But by healing the roots, you're healing the whole tree. You're healing the whole community. So this might be some things like traumas or traditions from the past, from history, that need to be addressed, need to be healed in order for the tree, the community to thrive. So you're able to look back and say, we haven't fully healed this, we need to do that. And that will liberate people going forward. Nice, cool leadership abilities there. And then let's get you one more card. There you go. Okay. This This is why you don't need to worry about the financial rubrics of success, because money's just going to come to you. Money's going to grow on trees as you heal the roots. The community is going to give back to you. They're going to invest in you to do this energy. They see the value in it. It's very beautiful. I'm seeing almost like a shamanic or wise person relationship within a community, but in a very modern sense. So you might just be doing something, I don't want to say just, but you might be doing something that looks more palatable to like our modern society, like you're starting up a community class in the local community center, for people who are disadvantaged in one way or another. But like there's an overlay in what I'm seeing in my inner eye of like ancient, more like shamanic type practices that I want to say for sure, like you've done this in a past life, like you were like this shaman energy in a group, in a community, and it's like you're doing it again, but in the more modern sense in this community center. And so you can tap into that shamanic knowing. You know what to do in that situation, how to grow the love, how to lead the love, transform the community with love. You're going to be funded for this. You don't have to worry. You're going to find the means one way or another. People are going to step in and support you as well. You don't have to stress about it. Yeah, and that's your complete message. So that is your leadership style. I'm wishing you so much love on your journey, hoping you continue to work with love as well. Thank you for any likes, shares, subscribes you can offer. Thank you for sharing your energy on this channel for me to read. If you were drawn to another card in the pick a card section, I will see you in that reading. And if not, I'll see you next time. Hi, reading 3. So you were drawn to the 8 of Swords in reverse, as well as the sodalite turtle and the blue 4-leaf clover. So there's a lot of blue happening in your reading, which makes me think of the throat chakra. So using your words, expressing yourself, sharing your truth, sharing your voice on something seems to be important to your leadership style. With the turtle, it makes me think of wisdom accumulated through experience through the years, and a very earthy, homegrown, slow kind of knowledge that you put forth in your leadership as well. With the 4-leaf clover, there's a lot of, it's like you attract good luck to yourself, and you also help share that with others, depending on like how you frame that good luck. But maybe you consider yourself lucky, like not that, it's all sunshine and rainbows for you all the time, but maybe you consider yourself lucky in that you have gotten through some really difficult things. You've gotten yourself to a very place in life that you can say you're proud of. I feel like a very self-made energy coming through here, and it's kind of like you make your own luck as well. You have this special ability. Yeah, something like about a positive attitude to do with this luck attraction is coming through in your leadership style. So with the 8 of Swords, this is all about liberating yourself mostly, but it can be about liberating others from limiting beliefs. So the swords are can be thoughts or worldviews presented by society that might hold you back, keep you limited in some way. And you're able to kind of paradigm shift in the way that you are a leader. And as we said, with the throat chakra, specifically through your words and through your ability to communicate the truth. So this is coming in reverse. And I'm trying to think if we need more cards first to interpret that. Leadership style of reading 3, 8 of Swords in reverse. There's something cool happening here where it's almost like you have a unique way of removing the swords that block the limiting beliefs. It's almost like, like, I don't know if you've experienced this, where you might lack the physical strength to move something like a piece of furniture. I've been in this position, and I'm kind of like shorter, smaller in stature, and so I can't always like move the furniture that I wish I could. I love to do things by myself. But there are ways that I've learned to like leverage weight on things and like shift big furniture around. So I'm getting sort of like an anti-gravity feeling from this card, that you're able to flip a situation on its head and pull the swords out easily through gravity. That's kind of what I'm getting at with the furniture, is that I leverage gravity, and I use supporting kind of like tools, so that I can alone move this furniture, where like my physical strength alone wouldn't be able to do that. So metaphorically, you've been able to leverage gravity in some way, socially and conceptually, to free yourself and others from a certain set of self-limiting beliefs. Like, this is very easy for you. I think that's why you're coming across as lucky, because things seem easy for you. You're able to like shift this around, pull out the swords, but it's actually a skill that you've developed through years of experience, through hard-earned knowledge. So I hope that's making sense wherever it lands for you. I'm trying to think of an example to make that more clear. It's sort of like when everyone's talking about a problem and they're trying to solve the problem, and then you come in and you change the framing of what's being talked about in such a way that people see clearly, like, oh, it's not a problem. The issue was that we were framing it as a problem, but you came in and you said, actually, this is a great opportunity for XYZ. It's like that, and it seems so easy. It's like anti-gravity. The problem is solved because you reframed it from being a problem. So I hope that helps. But I want to get some more tarot cards, hopefully to ask maybe more information on reading 3's leadership style, and advice on how to use that going forward, best guidance for applying it, what situations to apply it to. Ooh, one more shuffle. Okay. We have 4 of Cups in reverse. You're waking people up out of a state of apathy with this. You're able to inspire people into action. Ooh, we got the 8 of Swords again, and upright. Cool, I love that. I want to pull the last card first before I say something. 10 of Wands. I'm hearing the phrase last stand. So I think you really can, your leadership style is important in making a last stand, coming in at a very pivotal moment to shift the scales of something, to really liberate people from something that's been burdening them for multiple years, multiple generations even. These are like deep traditions that you're able to come in and help overturn with this perception shift magic that you have. Let me get some oracle cards in here. Mosaic pieces, number 47. This makes me think of something like research, pulling together all these parts to form the complete story. It's like everyone is holding, that you talk to, is holding a piece of the story, but you're able to come in and present the whole story in totality, and that's what helps cause this perception shift in your leadership style. You're able to show people the full story and say, how does this change the way you want to go ahead with your decisions in this particular area? I just want to keep pulling oracle cards, and then I might try to tap into intuitively see if like there's specific examples here. Seas of Mintaka, seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. Yes. Yeah, definitely to do with like research, knowledge, truth. Like I said here with the research, bringing unconsciousness to light. Things that we do in society that we're not totally aware of or conscious about, you're able to communicate them and reframe them in a certain way that people have an aha moment and are able to break the negative cycle of whatever we've been doing unconsciously. And you see the potential in being able to break this cycle. In a hopeless kind of situation, you're able to go in and say, actually, like I said from the beginning, actually, this isn't a problem. This is an opportunity to bring about change in this way. Breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. This card has been coming up a lot in different readings this week. This is about you going with the flow in your leadership. It's like a delicate balance between give and take. So say you collect this information, and then you, that's one flow, is observing, collecting the information. The next part of the flow is you presenting the complete picture. The next part of the flow is people responding to what you present. The next part of the flow is you responding to that. So this card is encouraging you to see this as an ebb and flow, and not, I feel like you might get frustrated that people don't see things right away. Think of it more as a conversation. So when you've done this incredible work of presenting the full picture, it's not like that's the end of the story. There's a conversation that happens afterwards so that people can understand it better, so that you can adjust it better. That's what these cards are bringing in here. Oh, these are upside down. Oh, this one is, I feel like this is meant for you. I'm going to see if one more wants to come up. So strength, confidence, and communication. Yes, I'm so glad that we ended with these. I think these are all speaking together. Have confidence and strength in your communication about this. I feel like that's pretty key. I think you have this already. Don't be ashamed of it. Don't back down from that power. That's the key that really bursts this message forward to the biggest population of ears possible. Confidence, communication, and strength. Oh, we have plenty of space. Let me just... I'm coming back to the mosaic. This is going to be so beautiful when you present it. This is the thing, when you get to this point, the full picture, this is where you communicate with confidence and strength. This full picture. That's the moment to project this thing forward. And again, it's going to unfold in a conversation, but that is what's going to reverberate in people's minds, people's discussions. I am getting an image of like a book. So this could be like multi-years in the making, to the point where you've gotten enough information and you can put in the time and work to create some kind of truth packaged in a book. And that's the time to communicate strong strongly and confidently to project this book into the world and make it circulate among different groups of people, because that unfolding conversation is really key part of this liberation work that's happening here. I want to come back to why the Eight of Swords is reversed here and why it's upright here. Temperance. That's where I was leaning with this. There's some kind of balance to be struck between the Eight of Swords in reverse and the Eight of Swords upright. I feel like with your anti-gravity abilities to shift perception on a problem, don't do that too quickly for people. It might shock them and it might be hard for them to understand. It's all a balancing act with easing people out of these belief systems, because it's not so easy to shift your whole worldview overnight. It takes steps, it takes stages. I think this is coming in as advice for that book. If you have like the idea of a book circulating in your mind, actually I think a lot of you don't have that idea yet, and this is kind of like giving you a clue. But if you have no plans for a book at all, it could manifest as something else, like say a class that you offer. It could be like artwork, it could be anything that you produce to communicate this. The Temperance is coming in to help you structure your thoughts and how you communicate this message in steps. So you're helping guide people through steps to shift their perception change to liberate themselves. Nice. I love that message. Yeah, that's your complete message. And I'm wishing you so much love on that journey. Hoping you continue to work with love as well. Thank you for any likes, shares, subscribes you can offer. Thank you always for sharing your energy on this channel for me to read. If you are drawn to another card in the pick a card section, I'll see you in that reading. And if not, I'll see you next time. Hi, reading 4. So you were drawn to the Seven of Wands in reverse card. I'm going to turn it upright for you to look at it a bit. What's really standing out to me is the tattoos on the figure's legs. One looks like a flower, like a sunflower. So it's making me think about you being led by joy and clarity and leading others in that direction too. And of course, the Seven of Wands energy is a defensive energy and a protective energy. So definitely you have this, like, I guess you could say like a protective kind of, maybe like a mama bear, papa bear type of energy that you bring to your leadership style. You're very strong. You draw a boundary and you don't compromise on that boundary, and that's where your leadership comes in. That's the initial read I'm getting, but I want to bring in your other elements. So you have this black thumbstone. I don't know what type of stone it is exactly, but it makes me also think of protection. Black stones are often associated with protection. And with this, it's a thumb stone, so it has like this little thumb groove, and it just makes me think of a well-worn and a like practiced, well-practiced, well-used protection skills, protection energy, that you've kind of been doing this in some form or another all of your life, and you're just a natural protective type of leader. With the mermaid fins, this is interesting because we have very strong fire energies, and I'm reading the black stone as like a fire earth energy, like a lava type of stone. But with the mermaid fins, you have a water energy coming in. And so this, that my initial feel is bringing us into the territory of more of like the Queen of Cups energy, tapping into intuition and emotion and flow to kind of balance out the hard stance that you might take in your leadership. Yeah, so like everything I said, I know probably sounds like a bunch of puzzle pieces that have yet to be put together. So that's what our tarot cards are for. I'm going to bring those out now and ask, what can our reading for know about their leadership style, how to develop it and nurture it right now, how they might consider using it in the future. Any advice going forward for our reading 4 group? Okay, so we're getting the Star in reverse. Temperance in reverse. The 5 of Wands. So what I'm feeling for you is you can kind of enter the fray of a situation. So a situation where there's multiple voices that don't agree on something, and it doesn't feel like they're likely to come to some kind of agreement. You come in as a mediator of sorts, but your style is a little bit different. It's more like you're drawing boundaries around people instead of trying to mediate for a common, like a consensus or a common agreement. It's more of like you're helping people agree to disagree in a productive way. That's really interesting. This is the first time I'm actually kind of like encountering something like this. So that's an interesting energy you're getting. Now I understand why the water energy was coming in, to help you bring in those mediator, like emotional connections. So you've got the practicality down of drawing the boundaries between people. You can go in, tell people how it is, very factually, and tell people like what to do, but there's something about weaving in some of the water energy with empathy, compassion, emotional connection between people that's going to enhance the way that you lead. The Star and the Temperance card are major arcanas, and these are the energies hovering over what you're doing. This is an Aquarius card, and this is a Sagittarian card. And there's a lot of similarities between the two signs. They're both kind of humanitarian in the way that they face the world and the work that they want to do in the world. And so those elements are coming through as your main motivations for doing what you do in your leadership style. And I would say these are the goals that are in your heart and mind when you're doing this leadership. You see potential in people to improve. You see like the heart and soul of people and the abilities that they have, the potential and the abilities they have to connect with each other for a greater purpose. And so I feel like these are always kind of governing the decisions you make. You always have your heart and your eye and your mind on these energies guiding you as you guide others through their childish ways. You're trying to bring people to this space of the Temperance and the Star card, helping people to manifest something into reality. So it makes me think of like, I don't know why I'm getting like tech and startups and So that may be an area like that you go in as a consultant of some sort, or actually working in that field and helping people to agree. I think it's because in those, you might have engineers working with PR, working with like user experience designers, right? And all these different goals, all these different perspectives that need to be synthesized to manifesting a common thing. I think that's attractive to you, and you do have the skills to be able to do this. You're kind of no nonsense with this too, and that's kind of what's needed, I'm feeling. Okay, I'm gonna get some. Oh, I'm feeling this one already. Seer prophecy, exciting. Yeah, there's a star here in the third eye. It's making me come back to the star here, and the sun here, the sunflowers in the Seven of Wands. There, you have illumination on something. You're able to see like 5 steps ahead. I have another 5 here. Something's important about the number 5. I'll keep that in mind. 5, I was kind of like change, disruption, and growth is how I would characterize number 5. So you're able to see how disruption can lead to growth. I think that's what's happening here. And so you step in during the disruption to lead people through growth. So cool. This is so exciting. I feel like this is such a valuable and needed leadership style. Kind of feeling that one, yeah. Baby steps, action, follow your intuition before it makes sense. So you have been getting called into this line, and you're being encouraged with this card to start following the steps in front of you without having to know what the end goal looks like. You're going to get to, I feel like you're coming back to that tech analogy. I think you're going to end up in a line of work that doesn't even exist yet, and that's why just start where you're at and start developing skills there, because there's going to be something in the future where you're just perfectly aligned to match that kind of work. You are also helping people learn to take baby steps towards their goals. Yeah, I got the childish energy with the 5 of Wands. I'm feeling it again with the baby steps. So you're kind of like a babysitter coming into these offices and like teaching people how to work with one another, maybe skills that they should have learned in high school, but they haven't yet. You're kind of coming in and having to do that work. Okay, I wanted that, and I want to see if something else wants to come through. Maybe not, yeah. Curiosity and the arrow there. Yeah, I'm really feeling Sagittarian energy a lot with the arrow, Temperance card, the arrows here. So that might be significant if you are a Sagittarian, or you are a fire sign, or you're working with Sagittarian energies. It might also be a call for you to embrace those Sagittarian and Aquarian energies, I feel like, as your guidance. And I also kind of feel like there's a timing thing happening here. So Sagittarian time is like late November to late December. So I feel like there's something key that's going to pop up there, like a message or information that's coming into you really quickly that helps you take that next step in your leadership goals. I feel like you're actively kind of cultivating this, and you might be like looking for jobs, looking to up-level your leadership positions, and this is all very positive for things going in that direction. And I would say that something key is happening in the next few months whenever you are watching this reading. And that is your complete message for your leadership style. Wishing you so much love on that journey. Hoping you continue to work with love as well. Thank you for any likes, shares, subscribes you can offer. Thank you always for sharing your energy on this channel for me to read. If you were drawn to another card in the pick a card section, I will see you in that reading. And if not, I'll see you next time. Hi, reading 5. You were drawn to the Angelite palm stone. This is a palm stone? Yeah. And I love using it as its name tells us to. But this is a newer stone. I'm kind of obsessed with it. But Angelite is representative spiritually of peace and brotherhood. So I can already see that this is a hallmark of your leadership style. Peace and brotherhood are the ultimate goals that you bring into your leadership decisions and your well-chosen leadership techniques, I feel like. And your heart. You want to do this work from your heart. The starfish. I love that all of these are very watery. The Prince of Cups with the Angelite has like a bluish tone. And then you have the starfish here. This is making me think of how starfish, they find a rock and they stick to it through choppy waters. And that's kind of their survival skill. But that's also their home. And so there's something there about choppy waters, you being at home in choppy waters and knowing how to anchor down and make it your environment. And it's not like you're surviving or sustaining through it. It's just like you know how to like live in it in a beautiful way. That's coming through with this starfish right now. With the Prince of Cups in reverse, I'm going to turn it over so you can see it better. Prince of Cups is all about taking action through the heart, connecting through like human emotions, sharing emotions, sharing compassionate ideas is coming through. So there's something very, I feel like, inclusive and caring about your leadership style here, which goes very well with the peace and brotherhood meaning. And I would say with the starfish interpretation, there's something very necessary about leading with that compassion and peaceful attitude in choppy waters, in tumultuous times, that people really look toward when they're dealing with something like that. It's interesting that I just noticed there's the octopus here that also has like the suckers that suck onto the onto rocks. It's coming up again. I'm just gonna leave that open for now. Attaching. But your Prince of Cups is in reverse. And I'm definitely not clear yet on what that means. So I'm going to pull tarot cards for that. So what can we know for our reading 5 about their leadership style, about how they might cultivate that further, about actions they might take using their leadership skills in the future? Anything that would help guide them at this moment in terms of their leadership style. So you have the Knight. Oh my gosh. Wait. Oh, wait. Yes, you have the Knight of Cups in reverse again. It's the same, it's the equivalent here. Oh, that's kind of rattling me. So that really does mean something, the Knight of Cups in reverse. That's so cool. I love that. Like, what are the odds? Honestly, 2 different decks, and it's the first card that comes up. Queen of Cups in reverse. Starfish is there. The Star. I wanted to almost mention the Star card, but I wasn't sure if it was like so literal. But now it's coming up. And by the way, this card came up in reading 4. So just wanted to nudge you in that direction if you were already drawn to it and you're on the fence. This is interesting. So I'm gonna just talk my way through this. These are all water associated energies, the cup suits, and even the star. You'll see there's water here in the typical tarot depiction. It's a woman kind of flowing waters from a cup above, I think, into a lake below. And it's meant to be associated with Aquarius, the water bearer. So there's very much water energies happening in the star card as well. So water is important, super important. It's dominating your whole reading. But why are things in reverse here? I'm seeing something that you're helping people who are taking action or leading them, like themselves are leaders, but from a very wounded, hurt place, and they're acting out of, they're acting from a place and they're leading from a place that is unhealed. And the star card is about healing, and so you come in and you're helping people heal because you yourself have been through this. I see you being something as like a consultant for other people in positions of leadership. So yeah, so the Knight of Cups, when that card's in reverse, Knight of Cups is about taking action. In reverse, it can be kind of like a manipulative type of action. It can be an immature reaction to situations involving emotional connection, interpersonal relationships, kind of an immaturity. With the Queen of Cups in reverse, this can be like, similar things like manipulation and maybe like narcissistic qualities. What's the word? It's like passive aggression, backhanded compliments, things like that. Yeah, it's like with the Queen of Swords, a different card in reverse, that's kind of like being cold-hearted. With the Queen of Cups in reverse, it's kind of like using people's emotions against them. Almost like maybe like being empathic and knowing how to navigate like people's connections empathically, kind of like this phrase dark empath, but like using it for their own advantage. This is not you, by the way. This is something that you've been intimately, like, you have intimate knowledge about, so you might have been exposed to people like this. But you're helping people heal this for themselves to become better leaders, to create better harmony, to create, peace and brotherhood. Let's include sisterhood, just togetherness. Through rocky emotions, that's what it is. People who don't understand their own emotions, you're helping to anchor them and helping them to understand and process their own emotions so that they can become better leaders in the world. That's very difficult stuff. You might be coming from like a field of psychology or counseling and applying it in like a corporate setting, something like that. That's so cool. So you're kind of like a leader on this, but you're also healing people who are leaders in other areas as well. That was difficult to pick up at first, but like once it came together, I'm so excited for you. That sounds so cool. But let me get some Sacred Medicine Oracle card. To get more information, you've got 2. So you've got 39 clan animal totem claiming. What I hear from this is you're helping people understand and accept who they are. So like the fish doesn't have to try to be the bear doesn't have to try to be the turtle. You're helping people understand their unique abilities and qualities and develop their own love for themselves and their own leadership style from that. I think you're noticing that part of the wounding is from people trying to fit themselves into something they're not, from like maybe past pressures to do that. That's going to be key to you unlocking the healing there. I think this is coming in as advice for you on how you can use your healing your healing and leadership abilities. Oh, and you're getting seer. This also came up in reading 4. So for sure, if you're on the fence, go for that reading 4. This is so, you can see it's so heartfelt and compassionate. And you can see past people's facades. You can see past their masks. You can see the true heart of them. And you don't give up on how wounded they might be and how much they might lash out at you. You just center yourself, you look beyond, and you keep that goal in mind. And there's a star here, same as this star. You're able to bring healing into the world that way, very powerful, very magical way, and very much needed. So you're getting here, Earth School, life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. You could also be bringing this knowledge to settings of higher learning, like universities. There's definitely a need for that. I can tell you from experience, that would be great if you could come in and coach at universities. How to be a better healed and compassionate leader. But you might also be going back to school, like I said, maybe getting a counseling degree and training to do this. And you might also be starting a school that people come to. So it's not just you go around consulting. You start a school that people can come to and get this sort of training. Yeah. Creativity. I see you getting creative in how you put this together. Is a little bit of an unorthodox consultancy or business or way that you go about doing this work, but also you integrate creative practices into the healing. So you might already be involved with the arts. You're being encouraged to incorporate that into some of your steps for healing here, helping people get in contact with their emotions. I feel for some people, you might have already been considering like a counseling school or therapy type of school that incorporates like art therapy. And like this would be your confirmation, your encouragement to do that. You have the stars here again. I feel like the stars coming up so much, it's reassuring you that you're guided every step of the way through this. You have some kind of North Star as a guide of some sort. And stars will also be significant to you as a sign, so you can look out for stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pointed stars are important for you. The number 8 as well. 8 years. Yeah, you might want to look out for that. 2024 is also adds up to numerologically a year of 8. So this year is particularly important and pivotal for you in developing this leadership in your life path. Yeah, so that is amazing. And you're already doing amazing things. You're on the right track. Just follow your guidance. You're going to do incredible things to come. And that's your complete message. I wish you so much love on that journey. Hoping you continue to work with love as well. Thank you for any like, share, subscribes you can offer. Thank you always for sharing your energy on this channel so I can read it. If you're drawn to another card in the pick a card section, I will see you in that reading. And if not, I'll see you next time.